Welcome to the Mesquamaket Beach Podcast, a podcast spotlighting the businesses, newsmakers, events, and memories of Rhode Island's historic Mesquamaket Beach.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Mesquamaket Beach Podcast. My name is Ben Barber. I'm one of the producers of the show. It is Labor Day weekend as I am recording this, and that means to a lot of people that the summer season is starting to come to an end. School is back in session, but it is very, very hot out here in Rhode Island, and things are shaping up to be a wonderful September. The summer is not over, not by a long shot. There's still a lot of great stuff happening down in Mesquamaket, and the businesses are all open for, a few more weeks, most of the month at least. And we are here today promoting in 2 weeks. We have the biggest festival to kick off this new season, Fallfest. That's right, Mesquamaket Beach's Fallfest is back September 14th through the 16th. That's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If you went to Springfest in the spring and you remember all of our coverage of that, we're doing it again. This year, Fallfest is going to be headlined by the Atlantic Rhythm section, Saturday on September 15th at 8:30 p.m. And they have hits such as like Spooky would be the most notable one. And there's a lot of other great bands. And today we are talking to one of those bands, Never Enuff, which are going to kick off the festival on Friday night, the 14th at 8:30. So make sure that you go down there and check out Never Enuff. And here is my interview with Mick Marra from Never Enuff. Mick, how are you? Thank you very much for joining me.
How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing great. Thank you very much. So I'm excited to see you guys play Never Enuff. As I said in the intro, that you obviously did not hear. You guys are going to be playing Friday night at 8:30, kicking off Fallfest. And is this your first festival for Mesquamaket?
No, we played several down there. We've played at the Spring Fest before, the Fall Fest before. We played at Esker Point Beach. We played a lot of outdoor stuff like that, all ages shows.
Yeah, I didn't think it was your first one. I believe that I've seen you guys a couple times. But I was working at the time. So So Never Enuff, can you tell me a little bit about the band? And I know you're the lead singer. Can you give me like a little history of the band?
Sure. The band's been around for about 20 years. We're one of the original party rock bands in the area, where we play anything from, say, Brick House by the Commodores to stuff that's on the radio today. So we play a little bit of everything. We throw in some 80s because everyone seems to love the 80s.
They do.
Little Def Leppard, Guns N' Roses, and stuff like that. But yeah, we're a top 40 dance cover band that everybody knows every song that we play. But we do go back pretty far too. We also go back and do a couple of 60s songs. We do a little country, so we really mix it up a lot. So it kind of keeps the whole crowd into it. Because if you wait one song, you might get something completely different. So we're very, very varied in the songs that we play.
So you guys have, now I know that, people, definitely love you guys. And when I told, several people that I was, going to be, interviewing, you from Never Enuff, people were excited and said, we love them and, that's awesome. And, when are they playing? They wanted to know, that they were, when you guys were going to be at Fallfest. So 20 years is a long time. Is it the same group of people in the band? Have the members changed at all over the years?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we've gone through quite a few members. I guess it's just what happens. When you play together for that long, it's very tough. You go through ebb and flows, and but there's still there's 3 original members out of the 5. So that's good. And the other guys are great guys, professional, and yeah, it's been a good ride. We've always done very well. We play all over Mesquamaket, and pack the house every time we play. So it's always a fun night. Great people. We have a great following of people that come see us, and they dance all night, and it's just a fun night.
Yeah. So, like, what's your favorite? I know that you guys play a lot at Musqueamcut and, and all over the area. To be fair, that's just what we're promoting. But what's your favorite place do you have a favorite place to play? Down by the beach or a specific, just a specific venue. Do you have a specific venue that you look forward to every year?
Oh yeah, probably the Windjammer. The Windjammer is always just packed, and you can't even fit another person in there when we're playing. So that's always a really fun place. They have like no cover on Saturday nights, so I mean it's just people just keep coming through the door. They don't have to pay a cover charge, so it's easier on them, and it's a very fun room to play. Sandy's is also very fun. We have a great time down there. We've been playing there probably for the longest period of time. Literally the 20 years we've been playing down there. The Windjammer, since Amy has been running it and Chuck the last 2 years, it's been phenomenal since they took over. They're doing a great job down there.
They really are doing a wonderful job.
Yeah, the Squamicut in general is just fantastic. But yeah, that place is just, I mean, they're such nice people and it's so much fun to play down there and never a problem. It's just a great room.
So how did, before we get into that, 20 years playing in Musqueamcut is a long time. How has the beach changed in your opinion?
I think the beach has changed by leaps and bounds. It's just so nice down there. It's so clean. Caswell's done a fantastic job with the beach. The NBA, it's just, I remember years ago, some of the places were run down when I used to play down there, and the roof would be leaking when you're playing, literally. And it's just, but yeah, mostly just the cleanliness, and we're getting crowds down there that are just amazing. The beach is definitely back to, say, the heyday of what it was when I was a younger kid. It's just the people just love going down there. The tourists really enjoy our beaches, and they're beautiful. You can't blame them.
Absolutely. So are you from Westerly originally?
Yes, I'm originally from Westerly.
Awesome. So did you grow up going to the beach as a kid?
Oh, yes, definitely. I was at the town beach when I was a little guy.
Yeah, I grew up like 15 minutes away, did not go to the beach until I was in high school.
Oh, no.
No, it's so sad. Yours is definitely the preferable route there. So how did you get into music? When did that start for you?
I started really young. I kind of was a self-taught guitar player at probably 10 to 12 years old. And then by the time I was 15, literally playing out in bars.
Oh, wow.
Because back then the laws were a little bit different, and I looked a little older. I had a mustache and beard and whatever. And, I was in high school, and I'd be playing at the bars around Westerly and Providence and played with a bunch of older guys. I was 15, they were, say, 20, 21. So luckily I got in with these guys, and we were literally playing out at 15, 16 years old. So I've seen a lot. I've played a lot of bars and, had a lot of good times. But I was mainly a guitar player for the majority of in my playing career here. It's, and even when this band started, Never Enuff, I was the original guitar player when it was just a guitar player, a bass player, and a drummer, and we were a three-piece. So for years, Never Enuff, that's what we were. We were a drummer, bass player, and just me playing all the guitar parts and singing. And as time went on, I realized it was good to be a front man, so we grabbed the one guitar, then we grabbed the second guitar, and I just put mine down, and, and it seems to work well with the audience where you can connect with the audience better.
Yeah, do you prefer, because that can be a tough transition, because the guitar can kind of become like a security blanket. You know what I mean? Like there's a difference between standing up there, as the guitarist and singer, and then just being the front man. So that's that can be a big leap for some people.
Yeah, it is. But what happens is, as far as connecting with the audience, you definitely connect better when you can roam around with a wireless mic and you don't have the guitar in front of you, because a lot of, that seemed to be the formula even in the 80s and even most of the successful bands in Musqueamcut over the years bands like that, they having the lead singer that could actually get out in the crowd and, have the people belt out a chorus with you and stuff like that and get the audience feeling like they're in the band also and have some fun with the people. You can't really do that when you have a guitar on you. So
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
the reason. That's the main reason that I put the guitar down. I'm really a guitarist at heart, and I still do play all the time. But it makes sense. It's just one of those formulas, where it works better. Most of the bands that are very successful, that's the way they are. They have a lead guitar player, rhythm guitar player, drummer, bass player, and a front man that can actually get out in the crowd, get them going. So we're interested to see what it'll be like at the Fall Fest. It's a little different because there's a stage, and it's kind of tough to get down and tough to get in the crowd. But I'll ask the sound man if I can run down there and get in the crowd a little bit.
I'm sure it won't be a problem. And but that's great because you really become like the party host.
Yeah. You got to talk in between songs, and you got to, get everybody going, and it's fun.
So
you expend a lot of energy, put it that way.
Yeah, definitely. Who were your influences in music?
For me, it's, it goes back to maybe the Kinks, Boston, Kansas, Journey, bands like that. I was really into the melodic bands.
Yeah.
Doobie Brothers, Allman Brothers, it's like anything that's really melodic on the guitar and a lot of good backing vocals and harmonies were my biggest influences as far as, sound-wise. Obviously, I was, I'm 50 years old, so Kiss was a big thing to me, Aerosmith, all the rock bands like that were, putting on great shows, which I think is really important because you got to give the audience something you want to put on a really great show.
Right, and that's what Never Enuff is known for, being from everyone that I've spoken to, and your reputation precedes you as being this great party band, this great
exactly, yep.
This great show.
We take pride in that, definitely.
As well, you should.
Because it is difficult. A lot of people can get up there and play, and they can sound fantastic, but there is something to be said for putting on a show, getting the audience involved, and just little things that we do that is different than other bands. And that's why I say, we're one of the first party rock bands in the area, because, like I said, there was several bands that were very good when I was, 17, 18 years old, 20 years old, going to a bar. But it's different, we kind of started that thing where we really change it up, go from funk to metal to 80s to classic rock, and you got to really mix it up a lot, I think, nowadays to,
Absolutely.
To get that crowd.
I think that, staying in a lane is overrated.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. I like that you can jump around to different genres, and that's it really keeps it interesting, and it's fantastic. Is there a specific genre that you prefer singing, or is there maybe some songs that you in particular that you really love performing more than others?
Well, I think the 80s stuff is probably, as far as going over with the audience, it's really fun to do because everybody just loves all of those standards from the 80s. You can never go wrong. But I also like the older stuff, too. We do some 60s stuff. We do, Do You Love Me by Dave Clark 5, which was a song that I grew up as a little kid dancing in my room to. So, I mean, that song, it's funny that the 21-year-old kids actually get on the dance floor for that one because it was in the 60s that song came out.
I mean, I know. I love that song. I would be on the dance floor for that song. That's awesome. I'm sure that you, I'm sure that song, it's a 60s song, but you play it now, and it's not those things are timeless, those songs from the 60s like that, the songs from the 80s, and you guys are putting, the modern spin on it, and not that they're not, I mean, those aren't very old songs, truly. And when they're being played by a band with as much energy as you guys have, it's something, you know what I mean? It's not, nobody's thinking about when this song was written. It's just happening right now, and it's awesome. And, it's so melodic, and the energy that you guys bring to it. It really is a party, and it's just enjoyable. you know?
Exactly. That's what it's all about. I mean, it's, these songs are all timeless songs, and that's what we try to do. We call them aces or we call them A-sides. We don't play any like B-side stuff. That's, a lot of bands, that's where their downfall is, and we figured that out over the years, is you can't really play what you want to play, stuff that you like personally, as much as what you have to play to keep an audience involved. Because when you play the stuff you want to play, you clear the dance floor and nobody seems to really care too much. So you really have to go with what an audience wants to hear. And, some of that stuff, we played some songs so many times, you kind of don't really like playing them again, but you have to do it because they just work. Certain songs are going to work, and it is a business, and a lot of bands don't see it that way. I've seen so many fabulous bands, but they're stuck in their own head where they want to play what they want to play, and they just don't do too well at the bars and stuff because, people want to hear songs they know the words to.
Absolutely.
And they want to dance. Yeah, dance and have a good time. If you got a babysitter for the night and you go out and hear a band, you want to have a really good time. You don't want to just go listen to some band drawling in the corner and you're not really interested in what they're doing. So you got to do it for the people. You really want to make them happy.
100%. And you guys do it as good as anyone has ever done it. So that's awesome, and we're really looking forward to it. That is Friday night, the opening night of Fallfest at 8:30. Never Enuff is kicking off the festival as the headliner of the first night, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm going to be there taking some footage from Mesquamaket Beach, and we're really excited, and I'm really excited to come see you guys, and I'm sure people are going to fill the place for you, and they can get tickets at mesquamaketfestival.org. And, is there anything else that you're looking forward to at the festival?
No, that's really it. I mean, I got a little 1-year-old son, so he probably will be there, and he's starting to already get into music. He's seen a couple of our shows this summer that were outside. He's like 15 months old, and I'm excited for that because these shows are the best shows because the kids can come to them. So that's the great thing about this is it's all ages, so everyone bring your kids and let them hear some really good rock and roll, danceable stuff that they're going to enjoy.
Well, that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm sure that he's...
Thank you very much.
When you grow up with music in the house, it's hard not to fall in love with it. So...
Yeah, hopefully he'll follow in his father's footsteps and he'll be playing something.
I'm sure he will. Thank you very much, Mick. It was great talking to you, and we'll
great
see
talking to you, Ben.
And we'll see you on the 14th.
All right, we'll see you soon, Ben. Take care.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
For more information on the events and businesses in Mesquamaket Beach, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and at mesquamaket.org.